Okay. End of slide. Sorry, that was a fake out. Okay. All right, you guys. So welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for jumping on tonight with us. We so appreciate you taking a little bit of time this evening. And I am Erin. I'm in Portland, Oregon with my husband, Josh, and we have a 3-year-old son, Keegan, and a 1-year-old, Lucy, and I will be your host this evening. So I'm going to jump right in and share a little bit about our Shred10 with you guys. Thanks again for being here. So why do we need something like the Shred10? The answer is that we're coming across two startling trends in our world. The first one is that environmental toxins are increasing. So we're being bombarded with toxins, which are leading to all kinds of health problems. You know, we're putting these toxins on our skin, they're on our lawn, they're in our pool, and we're definitely eating them. So that's number one. Number two is that our food quality is decreasing. So I think we can all agree on this. There's, you know, food or color additives, preservatives, you know, synthetic vitamins, GMOs, a lot of things that were not in our food decades ago that are in all of our food at the grocery store today. And so since our bodies are taking on this large toxic load, it creates this need to detox and to rejuvenate. And that's what the Shred10 is all about. So this is an important topic for many people, and that's maintaining a healthy weight. And, you know, we know that this is important because excess fat does contribute to over 20 different diseases. And so we're going to go back to those toxins we were talking about. So what happens is our body can't handle this onslaught of toxins. So it's going to protect itself by enrobing our organs in fat to trap the toxins. So the good news with this is that it's going to stop those toxins from roaming around our body and causing havoc elsewhere. The bad news is that those fat cells expand, and then this is going to create that weight gain. And so when you burn fat the wrong way, without proper nutrition or over exercising, the toxins are going to be re-released into your bloodstream, which is going to stress your body out. And then so your body very smartly goes into fat production to once again enrobe those toxins and protect your vital organs. And the fat then returns, and it just creates this vicious cycle. And so there is a better way. The safe and healthy way to lose weight is going to be to allow your body to cleanse itself by removing the toxic load and adding clean eating, especially lots of fruits and veggies. So now you're going to be shedding the fat and assisting your liver so that it can do its job and cleanse the toxins. And then weight loss is going to be easier. It's going to be more permanent. So, you know, how do we eat enough fruits and vegetables to make this detox possible? And the truth is that most of us really do need some help. And so an important part of the Shred10 is going to be to add the Juice Plus Trio capsules and the shakes to your diet every day. This is going to be like flooding your body with over 45 different fruits, vegetables, and berries every single day. It's definitely not a substitute for the real thing, but it's going to bridge the gap between what you do eat and what we want to be eating during the Shred10 and always. Juice Plus is just powdered produce. You're going to be adding 2 fruit, vegetable, and berry capsules to your diet every day, and then 1 or 2 of the complete shakes you'll be adding. And so another thing that we want to talk about is willpower. It's not true. Some people think that some people have this and some people don't, and that's not true. It's actually a function of your blood sugar levels. And so if you think about a time where maybe you skipped a meal, or you were too busy to eat, or you forgot to eat, that's like the story of my life right now with the 1- and 3-year-old. I just feed them all day and then forget to eat myself. You know, we all have those days. So then you think about it and you're just starving and you want to eat everything. And that's called your glycemic index, glycemic index. So that's the rate which sugar is released into your bloodstream. And so we all know that our sugar should enter slowly, so it gives us sustained energy. So if you think about complex carbs, that's what complex carbs do. Or you can have sugar that can rush in and spike your blood sugar levels, like the taller blue line, and then you're going to have a crash after that. And so where we want to be is that middle line. I'm not sure if it's navy or black, but you guys see it in that zone of willpower. And so this is what happens when we eat a low glycemic meal with lots of sugar, so that any of fiber that with lots of fiber so that any of the sugar that enters our bloodstream is going to enter slowly, like with our shakes that we'll talk about in a little bit. And it's going to make it much easier to avoid bad habits and those food, especially the sugar cravings. And I can totally attest to this when I shred, that I crave fruits and veggies over, my body just doesn't crave, candy and sugar and the sweets and things like that when I'm not eating it. So this is a little bit about our Juice Plus shakes. Come in vanilla and chocolate. These are such a staple in our home. We're crazy about these shakes, our whole family. It's low glycemic, so it stabilizes your blood sugar, has 13 grams of plant protein, as well as things like broccoli and radish sprouts, pumpkin and pomegranate spirulina. It has 8 grams of pure plant fiber, and it's plant-based, gluten and dairy-free, vegan. You can see those powerful prebiotics at the bottom there that help keep your digestive system healthy. You can use them in all kinds of different ways. They're super versatile. Healthy breakfast, pre or post workout, a snack. There's all kinds of ways that you can use them to create really yummy protein bites or cookies, even pancakes, all kinds of really, of course, and then just fruit smoothies and things like that. We get all kinds of fruit and veggies into our diets this way. So the omegas are not a requirement on the shred, but they are definitely worth mentioning. Our omegas are amazing. They're plant-based omega. They're great for heart, brain, joint, skin, eye health. These are 100% plant-based. They're pure and sustainable, full spectrum omegas. So they're not just omega-3, they're omega-3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. They're cold pressed, which is really important because any heat that's added to oils can damage those oils or make them rancid. So we don't want to be eating that. And they're vegetarian, actually vegan capsules. So a little bit about our omegas, which I love. So the Shred10 is all about shredding food, toxins, and habits for 10 days that are not serving us well, and instead adopting new, healthier habits to replace them. So here you can see the guidelines. You're going to be adding more real food, and part of that is the Juice Plus Trio capsules daily and 2 complete shakes. Plenty of water, sleeping. You're trying to sleep 7 to 8 hours and exercise most days. Those last 2 are like my hardest right now with 2 little ones. You're going to eliminate gluten, dairy, caffeine, alcohol, processed foods, artificial and refined sugars, and eating after 6 p.m. That is mostly, if you think about like 3 hours before bedtime, depending on when you go to bed. If you are pregnant or nursing, that does not pertain to you. So I've actually never done a shred where I wasn't pregnant or nursing, so I can eat whenever I want. And you also get, once you order your Juice Plus, you receive a shred guidebook. You get this is an awesome book that has all kinds of meal ideas and snack ideas. It also goes over guidelines as to why we're not doing gluten or dairy and why we're not eating after 6 p.m. You get a great cookbook with ideas and smoothie recipes. There's no calorie counting or food deprivation on the shred. It's not a diet. You're just taking away some things that aren't serving you well and just adding tons of whole food, lots of fruits and veggies. And so with that, I am going to have, I know Amanda Youngs is on here. I'm going to stop my screen share, you guys, and I'm going to check and see if we have our other Amanda or just, okay. So I'm going to have Amanda, you share first, if you wouldn't mind. I'm going to unmute you, and just, if you want to share, why can I not, there you go. I think we're trying to do it at the same time.
Yeah.
Share a little bit as to kind of how you were feeling before the shred, how you were feeling during and after, and just give us a little snippet about your experience.
Okay. Hi, I'm Amanda Youngs. I'm a busy mom of a toddler, and I also work full-time as an ESE teacher. I've always struggled with my weight. I've been overweight and on diets basically since I was 6 years old. When I was 16, I weighed 215 pounds, which is the heaviest I had ever weighed. I worked really hard my senior year. Basically had to starve myself and was working out at least 5 days a week, if not 7. And I was finally able to lose 45 pounds. Well, fast forward about 10 more years. I now have a 3-year-old, and becoming a new working mom, I basically put all the weight back on plus some, and I had promised myself I would never weigh that much ever again. But it happened. So I worked really hard all of 2018, and I ended up losing 50 pounds. Yeah, worked really hard.
I'm muted. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. But after the holidays, ended up taking it a little too easy, put 20 pounds right back on. And I could just really feel it in my guts that, you know, something was not right. Oh.
What happened?
I don't know. Did I lose you guys?
Nope, you're there.
Okay. All right. Sorry. It's just like the screen went away. I was like, what?
Oh, no, you're good.
Okay. So I was introduced to Juice Plus and Shred10 by my mom, who met Henry at a teacher summer camp in Ohio. And my mom really loved his tower garden, was able to get a grant to get one for her school and all of that. So she ended up getting into Juice Plus and shared that with the rest of my family. So I kind of watched my mom participate, and I became more curious about it. And after my family started experiencing some great health benefits to their health, I jumped on board with Juice Plus too. I really wanted to try Shred10 because, you know, I put those 20 pounds back on and really wanted to take them right back off. I was really excited to try it because I'd never actually gone gluten or dairy free before, and one of my younger sisters is actually intolerant to both. So I was kind of curious to see what effects it would have on my body, and, you know, maybe I might be a little bit intolerant too. So by the end of the April Shred10, I ended up losing almost 10 pounds in 10 days. And I had never lost more than 4 pounds in a month before. And I'd never been that successful not counting calories. I ended up losing a ½ inch off my neck, my biceps and thighs, and I lost an average of 1.5 inches off my chest, waist, and hips, all in 10 days. So to me, those that was shocking. Sorry, y'all kind of hear my toddler in the background.
Yeah.
I ended up eating a lot of green smoothies and spinach salads. I made fried rice cauliflower and burrito bowls, which were all recipes from the Shred10 cooking guide. I branched out and tried some vegan cheese and yogurt alternatives, which I'd never tried that before. And I still had plenty of energy because I train in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm actually a blue belt. And I even ran a 5K while doing the shred, and I still had tons of energy galore. After my 10 days were up, my husband ended up taking us out to eat to use one of my birthday gift cards to kind of celebrate that my 10 days were over. And I had the hardest time looking at the menu because I still wanted to make those healthy choices. And without even really realizing, I ended up picking ribs, broccoli, and a baked potato, and I didn't even end up eating the baked potato. And my husband was like, hey, you're still making the same choices. Are you sure you're off of this shred? So it really did start to change my cravings and what I was actually wanting to eat. Also, I used the chocolate complete shakes while I was doing my shred, and I was very surprised how great they tasted and how filling they were.
Yes. So good.
Yeah.
Addicted. That's amazing. I don't want to cut you off.
I think I covered everything I wanted to talk about.
Great. Thank you so much. I think that a lot of that can resonate with a lot of people, and I love there was something just not right in my gut, and I wanted to give it a try because that's part of my story, actually kind of my husband's story, but that I'm going to share about us. But you touched on the no counting calories and how amazing it was that we always say that the weight loss is a side effect kind of to doing the shred. It's not always the main goal, but it just happens when you're putting all that good stuff in your body and kind of replacing the things that like you said, the cauliflower rice, replacing things that you normally do with a different choice. But yeah, not counting calories, not, still being able to consume a lot of food, just as long as it's really great food, is some of the things that I love about the Shred2. So thank you again, Amanda. We so appreciate you sharing a little bit about that. So I'm going to share a little bit about my Shred10 journey briefly. So we have been doing the Shred program for about 2 years now. And my husband actually found out during our first Shred that he has celiac. I don't know if your sister has celiac or if she's just intolerant, but you had mentioned she has issues with gluten and dairy. And at the time, I had made him go to the doctor about a week or two before that, because I was like, something is off in your gut. Like, let's get this figured out. And I said, maybe we should give the Shred a try, because maybe has something to do. Maybe we should do this elimination thing, and it could be dairy or it could be gluten. And so finally he agreed to that. And actually day 4, he was feeling amazing. We got the call a day or two after that during our Shred that he did have celiac. So basically, for anybody who doesn't know what celiac is gluten is like your kryptonite, basically. And so we actually have never looked back. I'm not totally gluten-free, but we almost that's just our lifestyle now, especially since my husband is. So a lot of the Shred guidelines are what we follow pretty regularly at our house. Like I said, I've never not been pregnant or nursing while I've been on a Shred. And so I so love that it's for everybody and it's safe for everybody and anybody can do it. Our kids follow that a lot of the time too. And for us, I think, we felt like we were doing a pretty good job before and that we were pretty healthy before. But I think for us, the Shred is just upped our game a notch. And, we definitely notice some big things that we notice on the Shred as opposed to when we're not shredding is the better digestion and regularity, which I think is really important to talk about. I think when you take those inflammatory foods out, especially the gluten and the dairy, and you're adding more plants, that is, I think, a big thing that changes. I feel like the mental clarity for me gets so much better. I think taking the coffee away, I don't necessarily need the caffeine. I just love the taste. And so I think, knowing that I don't need to do that, and I just feel clearer when I'm not drinking coffee. So I found that out about myself. Like you had mentioned the recipes, Amanda, trying new recipes and getting ideas from people in our online community is something else that I really love, that we just, it's a time for us to try new things, and that then we integrate into our repertoire weekly. And I really like that you can kind of you can focus on specific areas, and depending on where you're at in life, you may, need to focus more or less on something. So like I had mentioned, right now, our exercise and our sleep is not always great with 2 little ones. But then I just really focus on trying to get all my water in, trying to really follow the food guidelines, and we move our bodies as much as we can, but I really focus on those other things as much as I can. So we just love the Shred, and we try to do it every month. That doesn't always happen, but we try our best. So anyways, but thanks again, Amanda, for sharing. I'm going to share my screen again, you guys, and I'm going to finish up, and then we'll do any questions at the end. I knew it was going to jump back to the beginning. So hang with me for 1 second. Okay. So as you heard, a little bit about our stories. If you really commit to the Shred10 guidelines and you add Juice Plus, it's super common to see 1 or more of these things during your 10 days: craving more fruits and veggies, a healthier weight, better recovery from workouts, improved sleep and energy, healthier nails and hair, skin, improved regularity, increased mental clarity. And a huge part of why we know the Shred10 is going to work is because you're adding Juice Plus as that nutritional support piece. And Juice Plus has been studied all over the world for the past 20 years. It's the most researched nutritional product on the planet. You can see here all of the places that it's been studied all over the world, multiple countries, and some really amazing facilities everywhere. So, you know, where do you see yourself getting started? Juice Plus is super simple and affordable. You can see a little bit here as to different ways that you can go about it. You can design your own package if you would like. And also something else that should be mentioned is that with each of these, any order of our capsules, if you have any kiddos in your life between the ages of 4 and through college, they can receive free Juice Plus through our Family Healthy Starts program for up to 4 years, as long as you are also continuing your Juice Plus. So that's really amazing. And you can, whoever invited, you can share a little bit more about that. This is just, gives you more of an idea about the costs. And really, you guys, it's so doable. You know, less than $5 a day. So that's like a Starbucks coffee. You can get 45 plants in your body, $5.70 a day. You can add those omegas and get over 50. And so that last one is a little under $8 to get, you know, have those capsules, omegas, and 2 shakes a day. So totally doable and so amazing for your body. Your body will thank you. We do monthly installments, so it makes it really doable. So that's where we're going to end. I'm going to stop my screen share and stop the recording. And if anybody has any questions, you'll be able to ask them. So let me stop the recording. Thank you guys for coming.